I was describing one way of using technology in education, which I like a lot, which has probably enthused me more than any other. And it doesn't require virtual reality exactly. When people talk about virtual reality, to my mind, this is still really experiencing being in an imaginary place fully, and that's something that is currently not really available. But if you can turn into a full-body avatar, and that avatar can be the thing you're studying, so you turn into the thing you're studying, with a very simple example being, if you're studying chemistry, you turn into a molecule, and as you move around, you're exploring how the molecule can move, and you can bond with other molecules or something. That, to me, is the most fascinating way to use virtual reality-like technologies, because you start learning it through your body. You start understanding the thing as yourself, which is very motivating and very interesting, and is much more interesting than manipulating something that's external. So that's, in my experience, that's been the coolest way to approach things. It's certainly not the only one, but I think it's the really neat one, and it's become practical now because of Kinect. Before then, it was not practical because you had to put on a full bodysuit to do it. Now, the thing about Kinect is just because you can sense somebody's body shape, that doesn't mean you can easily turn them into a molecule. There's a tremendous amount of hard work to do this well, which is why it isn't commonplace yet. While I'm describing to you my favorite thing, I'm also describing to you probably the hardest way to use this technology, so it requires just a tremendous amount of effort to get this stuff to work well. And it'll take a little while, I think, before it becomes used this way more often.
Right, and I think it'll take also a longer while to make it more accessible to educators.
Yeah, well, hypothetically these days things can become accessible very quickly because the technology is quite inexpensive, relatively speaking, and very commonplace. So I think it's a tremendously good time for somebody to come up with designs that work, that are innovative, either whether it's along the direction that I've been describing or something different. Either way, I think this is a tremendous time of opportunity where people can do things and have a huge impact. So I hope, one of the reasons I talked about it here is I'm hoping to encourage people to really investigate this path. I mean, we have this wonderful culture of Connect hacks where people are doing all kinds of crazy things, and what I'm describing requires a considerable degree of work beyond that, of really modeling things well and figuring out how to map somebody's body into it, and all they're huge issues. It's a very non-trivial thing. It's not a hack anymore. It's a really big deal. And I'm doing my best to sort of promote that way of thinking and to encourage it.